All right, Bobby, you weren't here last week, so let's talk
Yep.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We'll let you have your rant. So last week we talked about 4 things that were pretty much were the cause of the loss. The first one, Drake Maye was exposed. What's your thoughts on Drake May's performance in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't look good. He didn't have a good Super Bowl. Obviously, there was a real injury there that's come out. He took a pain shot in his shoulder. There was a real injury, but he didn't look up to task in the moment. He did not have time to throw. Now, we also know he had a left tackle that had a knee injury. Why he was playing out there with a knee injury when he was getting his shit pushed in, gate play after play, I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of loyalty to him there, but to think that maybe Vidarian Lowe could have posed some more resistance, it's possible. Yeah, it's quite fucking possible, but we saw how it goes. I mean, in actuality, the Patriots were 4 players short on offense from being able to compete in that game. They're missing 2 linemen, they're missing a receiver, and they're 2 receivers basically. Their defense played at a championship level. They didn't play well enough to win the game, but they deserved to be there, and they played well enough. They flirted with turnovers early in the game. They didn't get them. Maybe if they could have gotten one of those, something could have happened, but in my rant here, to go to the Drake Maye point, he didn't look right. He didn't have time. And quite frankly, McDaniels didn't have any fucking answers for him. Okay. But Drake Maye, he wasn't great. I don't know if I would use the word exposed. I need to know how much of the injury was there, but the offense, I think McDaniels got spun around too. That defense threw everything at him, and he had no answers.
The other thing too, with the whole Drake Maye, Josh McDaniels thing, was he seeing ghosts in the backfield? Like we talked about that Sam Darnold going in and be like, haha, he's going to see ghosts. We're going to get after him. It almost looked like Drake Maye was seeing the ghost in the backfield.
His internal clock was completely fucked. Yes, he wasn't seeing ghosts. He was just thinking he had no time when he didn't. But Drake Maye's pocket presence, as we know, is a weakness of his, and he was rattled. He was broken in that game. He was missing throws. He still had some throws there. There was that one point where it was a game at 17-9, and they had just like an urge of momentum, and he just throws it, just a completely regrettable pass down the field. Yep. I'm not saying that they won the game, that they deserved to win the game at any point. They didn't. They got thoroughly outplayed. They got no luck in that game, 0. Maybe a little bit would have changed things, but it just they weren't a team of that caliber yet. They weren't. They can be. It's still the guy's second season. I'm not going to fault him completely for it. We'll see how he bounces back. The most disappointing thing is the casual fans that didn't see the Patriots play all year will think that they watched them get their shit kicked in and get bullied. That isn't how they played all year. So that is disappointing to think that that's what everybody thinks of them, because that wasn't the team. They were on the front foot all year, and they ran into a better team.
Well, everyone's going to say it's the easy schedule. That's the only reason why you guys got there. And it's like, you really didn't see us play. Just like we never watched Seattle play. Like we didn't know that they were that good or that kind of caliber team. So yeah. The other big news was Will Campbell. Can you come back from this? I mean, 14 pressures allowed by Will Campbell in the Super Bowl, 29 allowed through the whole playoffs, most ever.
100% unequivocally, yes. He was injured. He had a torn knee. He had a torn ligament in his knee, and he was
that playing. He had to tell us about. Yes, yep. Go ahead.
That's fine that he had to tell. I feel bad that he had to. He shouldn't have been out there fucking playing. That's on the coaches.
Bingo.
Okay, I am sorry. He was getting completely shredded, and he's a kid. So somebody else should have leaked it for him that, hey, this guy was playing with a torn ligament in his knee. Now, his tape is his tape, but you block a fucking 300-pound man with a torn ligament. We just saw Lindsey Vonn explode down a hill. It isn't. He was better pre-injury. We watched the whole time. Oh, yeah. He would miss blocks occasionally. He's still a rookie, but he was not getting overpowered on every single play. That was not happening. No. The injury happened. It came back. He was better initially at the beginning, but then it just got worse. So he should not have been playing. They should have just put Vidarian Lowe back there. He would have gotten beat too, but he would have actually won some and not gotten straight up pushed back because he has one leg.
Yeah.
So put that on the coaches.
Absolutely. Speaking of coaches, the play calling, like you said earlier, lacked of urgency and creativity. Too many 3-and-outs. The game was closed. Not really. The line couldn't do shit, and the quarterback was shook. So, yeah, I mean, wouldn't you think Josh McDaniels could have came out after halftime and started doing some little dinking, some little cross routes, something to make Drake Maye get kind of comfortable and then get the momentum back on the side?
Everything was down the field. There was no outlets. There was no checkdowns. And they should have abandoned whatever shit plan they had sooner and spread it out quicker. Because when they spread it out, then at least they had some options. That's the only thing that they had to do that was with anything. And they didn't do it until they were down 17-0, basically. So it was the coaches all year watched the game unfold. It declared in front of them, and then they made the correct call every single time. They did not do that in this game.
What's your thoughts on them playing Trevion Henderson more than they did Ramondre Stevenson?
The only thing I can consider is they were just fucking hoping and praying he broke off a 60-yard run. That's it. There is no. They had abandoned the run altogether. I don't think that there was anything that Stevenson did. He didn't have a play. They were just praying that he was going to just break away for a touchdown.
No, didn't happen.
No.
Speaking of not happening, the pass catchers, they no-showed. Diggs was a no-show. He got broken up with at halftime. Hunter Henry is soft, and the rest of the role players, except for Mac Hollins, who actually came out there and looked like he was ready to ball out in the Super Bowl. Thoughts on the wide receivers no-showing at the Super Bowl?
It was a rough showing, and it was a rough group. I mean, Diggs, I think they got to move on from that guy. I think it's going to be tough for him to come back. Maybe they do, but he had a good season. If you just look at on-field production, he had a good season. He had a very good season. And I'm sure he had a positive impact, but like he has become a sideshow, and he's replaceable. They can find another guy. They should be able to. And Hollins, Douglas, and Booty are good role players. They fill a role, but they need somebody in there to take the void. And they need another tight end. They need another tight end. They need another running back, and they need a star receiver. That is what they need.
They need an offensive lineman. They need probably another cornerback. They need a strong safety. They need a lot of things.
Their defense is fine. They don't have to do shit on the defense of major overhaul. You could always add to it. The defense was good enough to win the game. The defense didn't lose the game. The defense was good enough.
They were holding their own. Yeah, they're holding their own.
They flirted with turnovers. They didn't do enough to win the game. If maybe they had gotten one of those turnovers, it could have been a different story. But the story was the offense. They need a running back that's somewhere in between all or nothing Trevion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. They need another guy that can then be out there. They need a younger tight end with a little bit more burst and wiggle that can get out there. And they need a star receiver. And obviously they have to have a solid line. And whether that just means Will Campbell being healthy and another year for Wilson and company, fine. Maybe that's it. But in the Super Bowl, they got their shit pushed in.
Well, now that the Super Bowl is over, we're into free agency, the offseason. And the big rumor is Christian Gonzalez wants $160 million, 4 years, $40 million per. If you do that, you will not be getting a running back. You will not be getting a wide receiver. You will not be getting a tight end. You will not be getting help on the offensive line. That will be the one thing that Robert Kraft does, and that will be the only thing Robert Kraft does. Would you do it? Would you pay him the bag after seeing what Christian Gonzalez pretty much made himself known, made himself shown that he is a star cornerback in the NFL? Would you pay him that money?
It's not my money is the first question. So the answer, I don't care about the cap implications. I don't give a shit about that. So the answer to the question is I would sign good players. I want good players on my team. So would I re-sign Christian Gonzalez? Yes. Would I do it for the right number? Yes. Do I want to draft players in the first round and re-sign them on the team? Yes. That sends a good sign to the team. So you want to draft good players. This is a good problem to have. I don't give a shit about Kraft's money, but they also still need to be able to sign new players. It isn't just they can't do that, which I know is what they've done. So he's not the best corner in the league. I wouldn't pay him the whole bag. He's a little bit of like he isn't the full package. And of course, if he doesn't get his money, I'm sure that he will feign another injury like he did earlier this year.
No, he'll hold out. He'll hold out just like every other diva NFL player does. They'll hold out through training camp, or they'll just be limited and then hopefully get negotiated or trade.
If I'm going to live in reality, I can't see them trading him. Okay, I don't think they're going to trade him. They're going to call his bluff and make him play on it to the end. I wouldn't want them just to trade him for draft picks, or if they trade him for draft picks, I want them to trade it for a player, because we've seen our recent draft history, and I don't want to just draft a bunch of young guys and just hope they do well. This team should bring in real talent. They're there to win now. But no, I don't want to just move off Christian Gonzalez. He's a good player. I want to re-sign him. But it's just pay the fucking money, Kraft. Pony it up. It's a new world. You don't have Brady and Belichick anymore. You're going to have to play like everybody else.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because obviously Kraft's whole thing is that he'll spend like he did last year, and then for 2 years he won't spend. He'll just do the bare minimum, and get guys, make a full roster, and then after the third year, he will go out and spend a bag of money again. So you're on year 2 of 3 years. He's not going to go spend. I had a fight about this with a guy on YouTube today. Like, pretty much it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're either going to get him to sign.
What history says.
It's either you're going to sign Christian Gonzalez and you're not going to get anything else, or you let the guy walk or trade him, and then you get pieces like you get an A.J. Brown, you can get like a Kyle Pitts, you can get guys like that. You can fill holes that you need instead of just going after the one-star player that you have on that defensive side of the ball.
I mean, they won't let him walk. They'll trade him before.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They'll tag and trade before that happens. Yeah. But it also sends a bad message. You bring in a guy, he does what he's supposed to for the most part, and then you just ship him off because you don't want to give him the bag. That just isn't, like, in league stances. Like, that's not good. Players aren't going to want to go there. Yeah. So, and we as fans, I still like the guy. He's a good player.
Oh, he balled out in the Super Bowl. Like, he was like, it made me get up a few times when they made those pass breakups. It's like, goddamn, like, he's fucking playing electric right now. The lights aren't too bright for this kid. Yeah. Like, he likes the limelight. He likes to be in the star of the show. He was playing man a lot during that game. He shut down JSN. So yeah, I mean, does he deserve a bag of money? 1,000%. Do I think if you give him that bag of money that they're going to fill needs on this team? They're not going to do it. They're not going to fill. That's the thing.
That's the problem. So then if we're just going to take our feelings out of it, and would you rather have 1 A+ corner or like 3 B players? Like, then you got to make that decision. Yeah. But I do think that he was a big part of their defense. I do think that the way that they play defense now in the league too, it's just one play. He locks down a half of the field, side of the field. And then the way that they shift coverage like that, when you have a player that has a skill set like that, I think it is really, really valuable. You need to have a couple real difference maker players. And he is a difference maker. He is. Yeah. So I don't think you let that walk. I just don't think you do if you're in the business of winning football games. If you're running a business to save money, let him walk. If you're in the business to win games, I just don't think you let him go.
Yeah. Would you rather have Christian Gonzalez for the next 4 years at that kind of money, or an A.J. Brown and give me a B+ or a B running back and someone to help out the line?
Yeah. I mean, I think you can have it all. I think you can.
But if you're Kraft, you're going to do one or the other. Which one would you rather go? What road would you rather go down?
I would rather support the offense.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather do that if given the opportunity. But I think you can do it both. I think you can figure out a way to do it. You're going to have to go real cheap at certain positions, but it just is what it is. I think you can do it. The cap is crap. It's just about the whole dollars and actually spending the money before they have to give Drake Maye the contract. And that's a lot too. So I think they could do it before they got to pay Drake Maye.
Which is what, 2 years?
3
more years?
They could do it early, like a couple other people have, just because you theoretically save money before the market gets reset.
See him do it again next year. Let's see how he does next year.
Yeah, and that's fair. Yeah, watch Drake do it again. I'm sure he'll be fine.
The other news too is that Diggs is probably gone. Barmore probably gone. Owinu probably gone. That's going to free up some more money.
I don't think Barmore's gone.
Kraft doesn't like domestic violence, guys. This is his second strike. And it's pretty bad what he did.
That's
Beat up
fair.
his girlfriend or wife for turning up the thermostat when it was hot out.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, you need to get a number one receiver in here, no matter what. There should that should be checklist number one. Checklist number 1A, get a wide receiver, star wide receiver in here. Checklist 1B, get Christian Gonzalez to stay home, stay here on a fair deal. Yeah, not a home run, not a hometown deal, but a fair deal.
Yeah, no, he doesn't deserve to be the top paid corner. Like, I just don't think that that's where he's at. And no, but yeah, like, does he deserve a contract where he's paid handsomely? Of course.
Yeah, of course. But trying to get it for a little cheap, you know?
No, of course. That's what every good GM and good craft would do.
Well, we'll see. And obviously the NFL season is 365 days a year. So we'll probably be talking more Patriots sooner rather than later. But till then, let's talk about our Boston Celtics right after this.
The Celtics are dumb front-running pussies. This is the same team they have been for 4 years running.
Well, my worst nightmare came true. Missoula and Maye are friends. What the fuck? Apparently they've known each other since Virginia. They have these docking sessions where they talk about ball and managing people.
Vacation. I'm gonna quay all these. I'm gonna fucking watch them this week.
Do you say quay?
Is it not quay?
It's Q. It's Q.